That is the hour of his judgment. That is why this is such phenomenal news for this world in which we live. This world that yearns for justice. Charles Darwin built the foundation on which Marxism and fascism, the two great political experiments of the 20th century, were built. The two experiments that resulted in the suffering of billions and the deaths of hundreds of millions of people directly. Charles Darwin wrote these words in The Origin of Species in 1859. He said, "Each new variety or species during the progress of its formation will generally press hardest on its nearest kindred and tend to exterminate them." It was this ideology that was brought to these islands and resulted in the unbelievable suffering and death that occurred here during the Second World War. Because you know what? You are human beings. And this ideology tells a believer in it that because you are a human being, you are using up resources that I need. Resources that I want for myself and my family and my tribe and my nation. And therefore it is okay for me to come in and take what is yours. We are not all in this together. We are against one another. We are engaged in a struggle. As far back as 1838, 21 years before he wrote The Origin of Species, Charles Darwin penned these words. He said, "Man in his arrogance thinks himself a great worthy the interposition of a deity, more humble and, I believe, truer, to consider him created from animals." This is the ideology that is emerging in our world today. The idea that we are in fact all just animals. And if we are animals, there are certain consequences of that. The ethicist and philosopher James Rachel wrote this: "An evolutionary perspective denies that humans are different in kind from other animals, and one cannot reasonably make distinctions in morals where none exist in fact." There is no such thing as human rights in this ideology.